Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur, and you are tuned into, that's right, inspirations for your life. Really do appreciate those. I think it was called people the other night asked what happened to me. So, you guys know I always promise to get the show out before I go to sleep. So, even if it is not up before midnight, which is rare, but that does happen sometimes. I do promise to get the show out before we hit into before I go to bed. So I always promise to do that. But to appreciate that you guys really cared enough to really be interested in my show. Really do appreciate that. If you're new here, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you grab your smartphone for me? Launch that camera app, which I know you know is pretty easy to do. Once you do that, point over on that QR code, touch the yellow ellipse. You'll get my link tree. If you are not watching me, but you are listening to me, then go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, fabulous creations. All right, we got a great topic here tonight. And first of all, whether you're watching me at 11:30 at night, 11:30 in the morning, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 4 a.m., or whenever you choose to watch. I really do appreciate you making the choice to have inspirations for your life a daily part of your day. Here's our topic: understanding the whys of life, how to choose a path, series 2, which means we're in the second year, show 32, episode 2. You know, guys, I don't know if you know this, but we are over 700 episodes just recently. So that's a pretty big accomplishment that we are having that many episodes. I mean, right now, without including this episode, tomorrow we'll make our 706th episode. That's a pretty amazing thing, if you ask me. So, again, my words to you are thank you, thank you, thank you. Really do appreciate you. So, understanding the whys of life. Robert Frost. You probably know Robert Frost, the amazing author. He wrote a lot of great things. He also wrote some poems. Well, Robert Frost wrote The Road Not Taken and also Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. And in the poem, The Road Not Taken, he has to make this pretty large decision in his life. And the poem goes on to talk about someone who comes across an intersection or possibly a fork in the road, or what I like to call a Y, and has to choose which way do you go. So he uses road as a metaphor, or like I say, the Y in life, or the fork, to help people understand that they have to make a choice, right? And so a lot of times, whether it's the author, whether it's us in our own life, we have to ponder which way do we go. And oftentimes we go the way that has the most, how can I say, uh, travel occurrence on it. So the most traction. Now, that's opposite to what you should do in real life when we want to take the road that is least traveled. Now, the least traveled road may not be the easiest road. Let's be honest about that. And so, we have to weigh out our decision or our choices as to what do we do? What do we do? A lot of people want instant answers, but that's not always the way to go. He also wrote another great book, actually, a poem, I should say, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. And it gives us contrast on some interesting but similar points of life. The Road Not Taken is about taking control and living life. Life is meant to be lived. That's what we say: love life, live life, enjoy life. So, this poem talks about the desire for rest, maybe due to the author's feeling of, wearing from life struggles. And so, this poet talks to us through the tough choices people stand before when traveling a road. Sometimes people regret the possibilities of the road not chosen, and sometimes people feel proud about the road they have chosen. So, What is a choice? A choice, according to our good friend Merriam Webster. And so, according to Merriam Webster, a choice, it's a noun, the act of choosing, a selection, power of choosing an option, the best part, a person or thing chosen, a number and variety to choose among, care in selecting a grade of meat between prime and good. Now, that is the noun, but also choice is like worthy of being chosen, right? Selected with care of high quality. This is choice meat. This is choice cheese. Different than I will make a choice. A little bit different, right? A little bit different there. And so I know a lot of you out there say, hey, John, I don't have time to figure out what choice I want. Hmm. It makes me just ponder for a second. People don't take even 5 or 10 seconds to figure out which way they should go. And then they cry or complain about the decision they made because they really didn't think it through. You might have heard the phrase, you just didn't think it through. People get excited, they get anxious, impatient, and they don't want to think things through. Not because they don't want to, because they just want to get to the end, right? And so if I said to you, get to the end, what does that mean? Get to something of where we are, right? But how? I think it comes down to the fact that we want things, but we don't necessarily know how to get them. So we figure that if we stop wasting time, we just take an action, we'll probably take the right action, but that's not always right. It's not always right. And I find that we don't make a different choice until maybe a lesson is learned. It's not nice to say. A lot of my friends, I don't speed, but a lot of my friends, they speed. And after I talk to them, they're always, all upset and cursing at anything and everything, when really it was their fault. They went over the speed limit by 15 or 20 miles an hour. It's not the cops' fault that they got a ticket. It's their fault. And they're calling them all kinds of names and disparaging them and, not really saying their name, but they're really insinuating a lot of thoughts about, this person couldn't do this or this person couldn't do that or this person can just do this to me or just all really things they shouldn't be saying because they're angry at the situation. But I was with one of my friends and we were traveling down this road. And as we're traveling down the road, the speed limit was 65. So my friend always does like 10 or 12 over. Now I've done one or two over, which is no big deal. That's not speeding. And so he's not even doing, let's say 65. He's not even doing 66. So let's say his name is Joe. That's not his name, but I'm just going to call him Joe. Hey, Joe, what's up? Hey, what do you mean? Well, bud, the speed limit here is 65. They're gonna start passing us here. I think we're barely doing 65. I think he might have been doing 64 actually. He wasn't even doing 65. And so he was like really, I don't know, down. And I said to him, I said, Joe, what's up? He's like, I don't know. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Well, what's up? Well, John, I got a ticket the other day. I know. And you got a ticket for going a few miles over the speed limit? Not quite exactly. What was the speed limit? Speed limit was 65, and I got a ticket for going 90. Ouch, Joe. Yeah, well, I like speed. Okay. But John, I'm starting to realize that maybe speed's not that important. Maybe that choice of, hearing that engine sound high or, have that feeling inside me when I press that pedal to the floor. Maybe that's not the choice I should be taking anymore. I'm getting in trouble. If I do this again, my insurance is going to go up. And I said, Joe, I said, you know what? I said, it sounds like you're growing up. Maybe. And it was that moment and him stewing over the fact that he got pulled over that made him want to change his ways. I remember someone I knew a very long time ago. It did something that was pretty foolish, and they got into an accident. Now, nothing life threatening and nothing in the car, but it was an accident. And when I went to see the person after they had recovered, he goes, I'm not going to do that anymore. Not going to do what? I'm not playing that sport anymore. I'm not going to do whatever that thing was. I'm not going to go get into it now. But, and I said, well, why? He says, John, I do things because I want to do them. I do them because they feel good. But lately, I've been getting hit with so many consequences from me getting injured to other challenges in my life that thinking maybe I need to adjust my priorities and adjust the choices I make. That, my friends, is the beginning of understanding the whys of life. If you understand that your choice could make a difference in your life, that's pretty positive. Now, we have whys even with eating, right? And I went through this many years ago when I taught myself. But having short term gratification versus long term gratification, I used to think I'd like the short because I want to taste everything. But I'm realizing that if I have a piece of cake and I have a small piece of cake, the cake tastes the same whether I have a small piece or whether I have a gigantic piece. In fact, when I had a large piece, the cake starts to not seem as good and I start to feel really bloated and and I don't even enjoy it anymore. Just eat slower. Now, sometimes we come to these realizations ourselves. Sometimes other people make us aware of them. And sometimes we just get an epiphany moment. Like maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. And so the whys of life are not something that you're going to understand just once. They're going to happen at different times in your life. If you learn how to embrace a why, a fork in the road, guess what? You're going to become a better person. You heard me say that right. You're going to become a better person. Many people don't want to embrace the whys because they figure, oh, my friend wouldn't like if I did that. Your friend's not going to be there when you're getting a ticket. And when I talked to my friend a while back and he said to me, John, I said, why did you speed? I just curious. He says, well, I like the feeling, but that wasn't the main reason. Well, what's the reason now that you're not going to do it anymore? Oh, Mark always said it was great to speed. Does Mark still speed? I don't know. He doesn't speed anymore. So I think you're maybe living your life on an old perception. Hmm. Remember, our perceptions create our reality. That's how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, a pleasure, and of course, an amazing honor to be with you this fantastic, amazing Sunday evening. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel, comment below, tag your friends, colleagues, and associates, share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MRLY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a scrumptious, delicious plate of desserts. Either way, we're going to be grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to empower you to become a better version of yourself. Have an amazing evening, everyone. We'll catch you tomorrow. Be well, everyone.